Come on, you pussy. What the fuck is going on? There was some shit I don't even understand. I don't know how to describe what's happening lately. There's some freaky ass shit happening all the time. I don't get a break. We're gonna do my cooking, and I'm gonna explain what I've been seeing lately. It's not for the faint of heart, especially during a full moon. When I went to go describe it, a crow showed up, the same crow, the big ones. See him? You think I'm fucking lying? He was right in that tree. Fuck you, Johnny Two Crows. That was the biggest crow I've ever seen in my life. When I woke up, it started speaking to me spiritually and doing some freaky shit I don't even know. And then I had some weird animals propping up right by the tent outside, but it was touching the top of the tent, which made no sense because the animals were not that big and they couldn't get there. So what was tapping right above my head makes no sense because I'm in two different tents layered, so there's nothing that should have been tapping my head. But there's a butterfly right to left. Last night I tried to do my meditations again because every time I feel like there's an opening, I always flood the opening and try to crawl out. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as I got out there, something ran on two legs. Clear as day. I know how I sound when I run on two legs. I know how a moose sounds now because I looked it up. It's running on two legs. And it runs over here, and then there's some dark entity attached to it. And that dark entity will start to dig into the back of my consciousness. When it does that, other things emerge from the forest and try to connect to me. And I slowly feel myself unable to think, speak, and move. Then they try to put me in sleep paralysis. Once they put me in sleep paralysis, things start to reveal themselves. But then I've been learning to fight back. So I saw an alien panic and it ran to the door in spirit and it showed me a tarot card of a full moon. So I was like, and I opened my phone and I was like, when is the next full moon? And it's today. We're in the next full moon. Yeah. 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 Scrubbalicious. Scrub the fuck out of it. Fuck you. Like that show Scrubs. You know what that scrubbing reminds me of? That show Scrubs. You know what this scrub reminds me of? You. Oh, but then I had a dream. It's been some of the most vivid, adventurous dreams of my life. But they're realer than life. It's literally realer than life, because here on this planet I can't think, I can't function, I can't put myself together to do anything. In a dream, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. It's like it's 2015 again. And I was in a room with my ex. And we were on separate beds. And then she walked over and I felt a touch on my shoulder. And I was like, are you finally coming to sleep in this bed with me? And then I looked, and it was a buff male midget with blonde hair. And he was just staring at me, smiling. And I felt the girlfriend was amused, like she played a prank on me. So I picked him up, threw him on the ground, and then I put my boot to his head, and I was like, apologize. You think that's funny? And I tried to crush his neck under my boot, and then he turned into a cat, and then his neck was just kind of bleeding out, and the cat was dying and struggling to move. And I was like, well, I didn't want to kill a cat. I wanted to kill your prank. So I was like, should we take him to the hospital? And she goes, it's not going to get you into heaven. And I was like, it doesn't matter if it's going to get me into heaven or not. I don't want to kill this thing. And then I woke up. And then the first thing I got was a notification for a tarot video. And the tarot video was talking about how much you don't even know how much good that you do because you don't realize, talking to me, I don't realize how much good I've actually done because I don't even register it as good or bad. I just do it because that's me. So I had a dream that reflected the video I watched right after. Okay. Now we need to find me lighter. Or maybe I should wait. But either way, I don't think I should wait. It's 11 o'clock. Here's my lighter. Oh. Yeah, I should probably just at least cook the snow off of this. I've never seen the sun look like this. I tried to raise my vibration again and connect to something higher, and the crow went off again. But all I'm trying to do is fight back against the abusive narcissists that tried to farm me, and they keep themselves above me, and they try to pump me full of their consciousness. Because they feel like they have the power over everything. It's disgusting. They know who they are, too. They know what they're doing. How's the angle, man? I can't go outside because it's snowing. It's fucking snowing. Fucking snowing out loud. Fucking bloody snowing out loud. I can't fucking believe it. I have to buy more camping fuel soon. I'm gonna have to buy more camping fuel soon. Okie dokie. Now what? Now we wait. We heat, then we scrub and dub. You heard me? We're gonna wait, we're gonna heat, and then we're gonna scrub a dub. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Willis, shut the fuck up. I just hope that I'm remembered and everything that I did when I was alone meant something to something. Even if it's just like an alien research team from another planet. I want to exist past death. But I don't want to sell my soul for it, you know what I'm saying? Where's the water that I used yesterday? Right here. Let's go on a little walk. Let me turn this down. Well, what happens? That's what I have to run through at night. This is all the shit you don't see. When I'm walking, and I used to not know where the cabin was. I didn't have any markers of trails. So I would wander up that way on accident and get lost. And there would be shit out there, like beings that communicate in electromagnetic energy. So you're running, and beside you, there's this being of light chasing you, screaming at you. Oh God, I think it's on fire. Good thing I have my handy dandy water. What the hell? What in the trickster spirit is going on? It literally wasn't even turned up. Well, that'll clean it. It ain't that bad. Excuse me. Who turned my fire up? This is a good test, actually. Something's gone seriously wrong here. I think it's just cooking. See, I got it. I know what I'm doing, fam. We're just cleaning this for later. And look, that's not even warm. No char on the roof. I can cook this during winter. That's pretty good. Chipombe! Chipombe! Wakanda forever! Hey! Chipombe! Chipombe! Oh yeah! Okay. Does anyone hear that? Fuck you! Yeah, I don't know what happened. As soon as I left, this was half full. That thing exploded and now it's pretty much empty. I don't know. That's never happened like that. Yeah, it fucking drained itself. At least I know what to do now. At least I know what to do now, brother. Brother? It was freezing rain and a giant crow. Something's kind of been warning me. They've been warning me against falling trees. that at some point the wind is getting really bad and the trees are going to be very cold, which means there's a pretty good chance these trees may fall. And I'm not that keen on living, you know. I just stopped trying to kill myself. But I really wish my mom would die. If there's anyone that really deserves it out of the people that I know, it's the prosecution that watched me get tortured and they're still taking it out on me just for a minuscule win. Like bumping into each other in the hallway and taking a piece of paper off a door. And then for 3 years they keep me going to court knowing that it was hard for me to make it to the WebEx meetings. So they were counting on the fact that I would miss them and I would get arrested again. And they just kept going and they kept talking shit about how I looked. They just kept, if I tried to speak, they would scream. Like the judge would go fucking insane. And now that I understand like how he feels, like in terms of being like stuck in a flesh monster fighting for power, I can see how much they would be jealous and hateful towards somebody who's free, who doesn't base his power off validation, connection to a spiritual flesh monster, like in the movie Still Wakes the Deep. Hey, addict in recovery, you're blocked and I'm never gonna see you again. Goodbye. It's been nice having you. Keep on back. Wakanda forever. Okay, that should be fine. But yeah, don't trust your local priests. Because anyone with any bit of power becomes consumed by the feeling of being king of that flesh monster. And then when I just connected to it for a little bit the other day. And then I sort of got kicked out of it because I kept resisting it. And then eventually, it's cool. I can see why like 90% of the population wants to be stuck in a flesh monster. And then moving the flesh around to make their own individuality in connection to everything else. And walking around all day battling each other for resources, like absorbing nutrients through other organisms connected to the main thing. I could see how that would make sex really cool. I could see why I figured it out in the Scorpio season. But that's not the way. When you tune into God, you realize those people need to die. And you can see why those people aren't allowed into heaven. I get it. And my family's like, just the longer people are in society, probably the more they feel forced, encouraged to be a part of that. And I don't like that, but I also don't like that at night, extra. It's all you guys, I appreciate it. Someday I'll find someone with something different. But today there was a crow and it felt like it was doing spell work. There was some animal it was chasing that was hiding in here. What the hell? My camera just doesn't work anymore. That's unfortunate. I'm getting off anyway. But I told you there's a crow bigger than a bald eagle that flies around, and it was just sitting out there watching me today. Yeah, what happens at night? You can't see it, but there's a butterfly. Can you see that? There's my camera off. It's just off. I don't know how to fix it. But a butterfly just flew right past my forehead, like right up, like an inch from it. At night, there's something that runs on 2 feet. It's right when I'm about to hit a certain dream state. So I'll be at sleep, I'll find peace. I'll be just about to enter the dream realm where I feel really good and things are going great. I feel really happy for once. And just like breaking free from everything. And my like soul is in flow, I guess. Like I'm talking and now the birds are chirping. I'm getting there, and then something sprints out, hops over this tree right here, runs right to the cabin, and it's just sitting right outside, and I can hear it breathing, and it sounds like a small human being, like a child, going. I know it's on 2 feet, and then it's not a fox. It's way bigger than a fox. I thought it was a bear at first, but I'm like, it's too fast to be a bear. I don't think it's a mountain lion or a wolf or a dog. Too big to be a coyote. And then from that, I feel this dark tendril attached to my back. And then I start to lose my consciousness completely. Like it's just gone. It's not like it's being taken, it's just gone. And then something else that's really dark and angry is trying to get in. And then I like fight back for a second. And I swear to God, it went over to these trees and started breaking a bunch of sticks. Like it took a bunch of sticks off, carried it over to the tent, and then started breaking the sticks and tossing them on the ground. Then I tried to fight back again, and I just opened my third eye for a second, and I saw the runes, like those wooden little totems that you see in like horror movies about witches, where they hang from trees. They're like twine around sticks. I saw tons of those, and I saw like the indifference of the forest and this darker energy, and it was like it wasn't projected at me, it was trying to get in me. And then more things showed up and we're trying to dig. And then something that a lot of us have been saying on the channel is that the trees, when they spread their branches in spirit, like if you notice how Vikings had wolf's heads, but they were attached to really long, almost snake-like bodies that were like their bracelets and their necklaces. So we just assumed it's like a necklace with a wolf head on it. In reality, the trees sort of shoot out these dark things that look like dogs' heads, and they bite and they try to tear into you. And the whole thing is just about it's about keeping you alive so that you become a battery, so that anything you were trying to create automatically gets siphoned to the thing that's trying to hold power over you. And I have a lot of family members that act the same way. They do the same thing. They try to get into you, order you around, keep you in a state of fear, guilt trip you, and they're really sneaky in ways to try to keep you attached to them so that they can farm you, and then try to hold power over you so that sort of your consciousness dies and they replace you, and then they've grown into an extra body. They have multiple. That's what they're trying to do. And the trees are sort of like that. My food stamps haven't come in yet. They're saying that it might come in on the 7th. I'm gonna watch Queso play video games and pretend like none of this ever happened. And that I'm not probably in a lot of danger. Goodbye.